Chapter 1. Paul stepped out from the dressing room wearing a handsome black tuxedo that looked incredible on him. "That one is perfect!" squealed Dawn as she circled around him, analyzing the suit. Paul growled, annoyed by her overly girly and perky attitude. He didn't like dressing up. Not for anything or anyone. Wait, why was she dressing him up like some doll anyway? "You're planning something, aren't you, Berlitz?" Dawn snickered a little. Of course she was planning something. She wouldn't just dress him up without having somewhere for him to go. "In 7 days, Sinnoh will be having a huge ball, and you are going to be my escort and date." Dawn winked at him and adjusted his bow tie. "There's no way in hell you're taking me to some stupid dance," exclaimed Paul. He had an urge to rip off his tux, but then he'd be nude. "Oh, yes you are," Dawn retorted. "I've already told Reggie about it, and he is going to help me drag you there. We'll carry you there in a body bag if that's what it takes." Reggie, Paul's older and unfortunately stronger brother. Paul did like his brother, but ever since Miss Perfect Dawn came along, he's been bending to her will and plotting things with her. Reggie would help her pull pranks on Paul, let Dawn drag Paul everywhere on a leash, and he even gave her money every time she visited. Not that she needed it, being a rich Berlitz. Paul wondered how Reggie could even like such a troublesome girl. Dawn ripped Paul from his thoughts, grabbing his waist and urging him forward. "Come on, let's go pay for the suit." Mental note, thought Paul. Add her to the list of people I'd kill if it was legal. Paul's list. Reggie, Barry, Brandon, that Zoe girl, every single pathetic gym leader, Ash, and Dawn freaking Berlitz. Paul pouted uselessly as Dawn approached the register, pulling out her shiny new credit card. How typical. New credit card. Dawn quickly paid for everything, a stupid grin etched onto her face. Paul just stood there, arms crossed, and eyes rolling. "Can I change back into my regular clothes now?" asked Paul, almost whining, which the mighty Paul Shinji never did. "Fine," Dawn said reluctantly, "but don't forget, you are going to that dance with me even if I have to make you." "And how exactly can you make me? Are you going to supervise me 24/7? "Yep, that's the plan. Reggie even approved of me staying overnight for the week." "I hate you," Paul exploded, stomping into the dressing room and slamming the door in Dawn's pretty little face. Pretty? Paul pushed the thought away. He quickly undressed, tossing everything over the door of the fitting room. Dawn ran around, catching everything that Paul discarded, then, folding them neatly, putting them in a bag. Paul then exited, back in his everyday clothing. He always seemed to be wearing that jacket of his, even the most scorching of days. They both walked out of the store together. "You're no fun," complained Dawn as Paul stared a hole through the bag containing the tux. Paul snorted. "Why do you want me to go to the dance with you anyway? Don't you have a boyfriend or a date? Anyone who isn't me will do." Oh my, I have many typos. Dawn walked slowly until they reached a stop. She looked down at her feet. She couldn't tell him that she wasn't able to find a date. He'd just laugh in her face and make fun of her. Dawn began to think of the people who rejected her. Her first choice had been Ash Ketchum. "Sorry, Dawn, I'm not going. I've got a lot of training to do." More typos. It's very nice story. Her second option was Kenny, her childhood friend. "No can do, Dee Dee. My dad needs me to stay home and help him with some boring chores. I'd say yes if I could go." Third was hyperactive Barry. "I can't. I was already asked out. Can you believe it? Somebody actually wants to be my girlfriend, and she isn't ugly." Finally, she'd resorted to the worst of the worst, her stalker, Conway. "I would love to, but I have some other people to stalk. You aren't the only girl in the world." Unless Dawn wanted to go alone, she had to force Paul to come with her. But instead of admitting that, she lied to him. "It was Reggie's idea. He said you needed to get out of the house more." "I'll kill that bastard," Paul cursed silently. Dawn smiled. For 7 days she was going to have to make sure he didn't run away before the ball. She then laughed. 7 days, huh? She was going to enjoy this. That is the end of my crappy fan fiction. Thought it would be a fun video to do this reading. So hopefully I'll do more in the future just for fun. I just kind of wanted to look back at some of my old works and stuff and make fun of myself, see if I've improved at all. Anyway, have a good day, night, whatever it may be for you, and goodbye for now. Like and subscribe for more.